everybody. Welcome to Bestie Book Reviews. I'm here with my bestie Mandy, who I get to see in a few days.
Yes, and I'm here with my bestie Jessica.
So it is that time of the week. It's time for those 1-minute book recs. This is where we go over all the books that we read in the past week with 1-minute synopsises for each book. What do you want to talk about before we start that, though? We always have things to talk about.
Well, we would love for you to hit that subscribe button and hype our video. And we've had some questions about our giveaways. We do have more coming. They are coming very, very soon, so stay tuned. There's also some questions about how they will be open. So sometimes when we team up with authors, they have their own stipulations. Like sometimes it works for them, like with our BJ Alpha one, it worked to do international. Sometimes it doesn't work for them to do an international. So don't get discouraged if some are open to US mailing addresses only. We have lots planned that will be open internationally as well.
Yeah.
So hit that subscribe button, hype our videos, like them, comment, all the things. And while I'm on a roll, don't forget to put book club on your calendar. We're going to be reading Fight by Sloane St. James. I just ordered the book, so it just arrived. I have not read it, but I believe you've read it.
I had it. I have. I loved it. It takes place in Washington State, which I love that because that's where we are.
So have you read it recently enough, or are you going to be doing a reread?
No, I read it last year and it stuck with me enough that I don't think I need to do a reread, but we'll see. I don't know. I do love all their covers. I actually just commissioned that artist for some stuff for in paper stuff for me yesterday.
Oh, cool.
Yeah.
So book club, February 20th, 6 p.m. on the channel. And I just did a short about this, so you might have seen that, where I tell you, come in your pajamas if you want to book club. You can do whatever you want because it's online, so you're in the comfiness of your own home. But we would love to have you join us for book club. So,
yeah. Okay.
Book club, whoop, whoop.
Book club, whoop. Okay, well, speaking of new books, I just want to show you, so we did our Valentine exchange, and my Valentine got my books to me very quickly. And so I got 2 books from my Galentine Valentine. These are from Sophia. So she got me A Marriage of Discretion by S.T. Morse, which I think this is arranged marriage. I can't remember, but it's supposed to be really good. And then she got me the next book that I needed in the Very Pregnant Omega series. And so by Jillian West. So this is With a Little Luck by Jillian West. So I'll be reading these ones soon. This one's bigger. It's a lot bigger. But thank you, Sophia, so much. And that is the reminder that they need to make sure they have their orders in by today, right? Like for their Valentine's peeps. If you're on the list.
Yeah, it's today or tomorrow, depending on, and then it also depends on when you're watching. So exactly. If you participated. Yeah.
Yeah. Make sure you got that going to that person because I'm the kind that needs reminders. All right, let's talk about let's talk about our reading week.
But then you get mad when I remind you, which is
I know,
weird.
because you know why? I hate being the person that needs the reminder, but I also acknowledge that I'm the person that needs the reminder.
Okay.
It's just sad. Just keep doing it. It's okay. I love you. It's all good. I will actually share a hotel room with you this week. That's how much I love you. I'm sorry. I'm still kind of having a sinus congestion thing, so I might snore a little bit. I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry.
Fantastic.
I'm going to try not to. But Jeff's like, when is that going to stop? I don't know. Leave me alone. Let me sleep. So anyhow, I'll bring you earplugs.
Okay. My reading week was pretty decent. I read 7 books.
Okay. I counted these and now I just forgot. I think I have 6 books. I think I read 7 books and I have 6 to talk about because one was a reread.
Seriously?
I'm sorry. I mean, I can't, I'm not going to talk. I reread it last week and this week and it's for some stuff that we're doing. But I would have read more. I had oral surgery and my doctor gave me drugs that put me to sleep a lot this week.
Oh, shoot. I should have taken 2 drinks by now.
Yeah, there you go. Yay! Okay. But yeah, I had stuff with codeine in it, so it put me to sleep. So, but I do have some books. So I've got 6 to talk about.
Okay.
Next week, I'll try and read more than you, but I can't make any promises.
Alrighty.
Okay. Are you ready to start then?
I guess so.
Okay, let's do it. What you got first?
Okay, let me get the timer ready. Okay, so the first book I read was actually an audiobook listen, and that is Valentine's Sleigh by Nevessa Allen. This is part of the 6 books for Audible, the Improbable Meet Cute series, I think is what it was called. I had 2 left, so I finished those. So this one is about Emma and Noah. Noah is a grave digger, and he has had a crush on Emma. Emma has just passed away. They're young, and so it was really like tragic that she passed away. She's been buried. He is kind of standing there by her grave, just thinking about how he had a crush on her and all that, when he hears her hollering from inside her coffin. So he quickly undigs her, undigs her, gets
Digs
her
her
out.
up.
I don't know. Anyways, and then there's the mystery of how she ended up in there, if like everyone thought she was dead and there was a funeral and all of this stuff. So like, how did that happen? So I really enjoyed it. I rated it 4 stars. I know it sounds kind of weird, but it was different and it was fun. So I think it was probably my favorite out of the series.
Okay. All
If you
right.
haven't listened to those or read those, there's 6 to choose from for Valentine's Day if you're
Yeah,
interested.
that's fun. Okay, so the first book that I read is one that I got right after Christmas when all the free books were out. And this one looked good, so I downloaded it. It was free. It wasn't gonna hurt me to have it. So this is Held by the Bratva by Evie Rose. This is like book number 8 in the series. It's not a very long book though. I didn't even write down the series name because I was like, eh. So this is about Katerina and Brody. Katerina lives in this building. She's been there for like 3 years or so, and she's had a crush on the guy who owns the penthouse. He watches her from time to time. He's always cute in these suits, and like she's like but she doesn't have she's never introduced herself to him. She's never talked to him. Well, that is Brody, and he has watched her for quite a while as well. Little does she know, he is in charge of the Bratva. And so one day someone breaks into her house. They're looking at her apartment. They're looking for her parents. Her parents have actually stolen some money and they want this money back. And they're another mafia clan. And with them breaking into her home, she gets injured, she gets hurt, and that is where Brody finds her, and he takes her to his apartment or his penthouse, and then he just doesn't let her go because but he hides the fact that he is brought for quite a while. This was a quick listen. I gave it 3 stars. It was enjoyable while I was listening to it, but it was like there were things where I was like, what? I mean, a little fast paced, a little, had it been fleshed out, it could have been more. I mean, it wasn't horrible, but I think all of the books in her series are fairly short. So it was all right. It was all right. It was all right. So, okay. What
Okay.
is your next book?
My next book was the final book in that series that I needed to read, and that's Death to Valentine's Day by Catherine Cowles. So in this one, we have Maya. Maya is at a Valentine's Day Death to Valentine's masquerade ball. Wow, that was a mouthful. And there's a snowstorm and they're all trapped there, and then people start dying. And she's had kind of like a crush maybe on her ex's brother, and he also has had one on her. They're kind of thrown together in this whole bizarre masquerade ball where people start dying. It was a little rushed because it was a novella, so I think it's kind of hard to have like a good like like Clue style murder mystery when you
Yeah.
have to have it in a novella. I still enjoyed it. I rated it 4 stars, but
Okay.
I mean it was really quick, so there's not a lot to say without diving into like details of giving the plot away.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay, well, I did a listen to a book. It was a second time through listen, but I needed something. I was feeling like I was going into a slump and I needed something. And so we all know that I pick up Ice Planet Barbarians when that happens. But I picked up the latest, not one that you would have read, the latest in the Ice Planet clone spinoff that has audio, and it's one of my favorites. So we'll just talk about it one more time. And that is Surviving Skarr by Ruby Dixon. So this is way down. Like, yeah, you got to read like all the books ahead of time. I mean, you can kind of jump around if you understand, but there's still that underlying plot that happens. So I don't know that you want to. But this is like book 3, I think, or book 2 in the Ice Planet Clones. And this is my favorite in the Ice Planet Clones so far. So this is Skarr and Vivian. So these guys have shown up on the Ice Planet. We learned in book 1 that they're all clones. And at this point, Vivian is waking up. She's plain. There's no, she's just an average woman. She's waking up on this ice planet, finds out she's a clone, can't remember her name. So she knows at first she can't remember her name, then they find out that they're clones. And then she kind of has like this crisis over that, right? Like she can remember things, but they're not her memories. They're the clone's memories, the person that she was cloned from. And so they call her Vivian. She hates that name because it signifies like the fact that she doesn't know who she is and that she has no identity. And then you have Skarr. He is reptilian in nature, and he is on an ice planet, and that is not good for a reptilian creature because but he's also like the peacock. Like he thinks that his woman's going to be the best, even though he doesn't know which one he's going to get. He's the best gladiator, and he really likes to show off, and that turns her off. She hates it. But they are a match made in heaven, and I just love them. It's so good. I just love their story. Like when she starts to resonate, she's like, oh, hell no. And she just walks off. It is awesome. It is awesome. She doesn't put up with this shit. So, Okay. Can you imagine being a cold-blooded creature on an ice planet? Like, because then everything like gets stiff and, can't move. Lizards don't belong on ice planets.
Yeah.
Okay.
All right.
What do you got next?
Well, next I have Here for the Cake by Jennifer Mulligan.
Mm-hmm.
And I gotta start the timer. I need an assistant to help with this.
You need a third arm.
Or an assistant.
Oh, yeah, that too. Okay.
Anyway, so in this we have Paisley. Paisley's sister is getting married to her, Paisley's, ex-boyfriend. So talk about a lot of awkwardness. And Paisley has kind of been a little bit of, well, she calls herself the floor in her family because there was a joke about somebody trying to talk to her about being a doormat and they accidentally said the floor. So she calls herself kind of the floor of her family, but really her family is extremely toxic and she just needs to get out of this situation. But her sister is getting married and she has agreed to be in the wedding. And of course, with any good wedding, they're going to an island where they grew up spending like summers there. And so she has fond memories of the island, but she's really dreading this because she loved going there. And now she's like, now it's going to be ruined with all these memories. So it's not necessarily like a week-long wedding, but the family is going to be there for a week, like doing stuff together before the wedding. Well, prior to this, she runs into Klein, who she knew kind of back in college. They had a little bit of some misunderstanding and some falling out, and there's a fairly solid reason for it. So they don't really like each other or get along. Maybe that's a better way to put it, but they both kind of liked each other, if that makes sense. So anyways, he agrees to go with her. I'm kind of speeding through this because I've gone way over my timer. He agrees to go with her for the week as like a fake boyfriend. But during this, like his family knows it's fake. She's helping him with some social media stuff that he needs to get his book published. And her friends know it's fake. So basically it's just her family that's not going to, so she can just kind of save face. It is a slow burn. I really, really enjoyed it. I rated it 4 stars.
Okay.
Which was good because that other book by her, I didn't really care for and it made me feel really guilty. So now I feel better.
Oh, good. I'm glad you feel better. I really am. So the next book I listened to because audio came out for this book this week, and I was really excited to see that. And that is Tower by Claire Kent. This is her newest series. It's still post-apocalyptic, but it is post-apocalyptic fairy tales. And that is exactly what the series is called. So this one is called Tower. It is obviously based on Rapunzel, if you know your fairy tales, Mandy. This is Rapunzel. And so So this is about Haley and Levi. So when the book starts out, Haley's father has passed away the night before. He has kept her, he and her mom and her father have kept her kind of locked up in their house, keeping her safe during this apocalypse situation. Now both parents are gone. Dad just passed away. And she has seen this guy who is a biker. He's about 20 years older than her. He's double her age. And he is always out by this lake in the morning, and she can see him from her window upstairs in the house. And so she knows that she can tell he's a good man, but he's in charge of this biker gang and he always has to be rough and tough. And so she goes to him and tells him that her dad has passed away. Now he knows who the dad is. He knows that the dad has protected her. And she's like, I still need this protection. I am willing to be your woman. I am willing to go back with you and tell everybody that you have claimed me, that you've taken me and claimed me. But like, you know, I'm willing to do that if you'll take me and keep me safe. And that is exactly what he does. But he is actually a really good guy. But they have to fake it until they make it. And it's just, I loved it. I gave it solid 4 stars. I'm ready for the next one, which I think the next one is Cinderella. Like it's out, but I was waiting to see if there was audio coming soon before I read it. But loved it. It was great.
Does he say Rapunzel, Rapunzel, let down your hair?
No, but well, he does have to let her hair down because she has beautiful hair. And so like when he's alone with her in their room at night, he always wants her hair down because he's just fascinated with it. So
Okay.
yeah. Yes.
All right. I forgot to say, I've been trying to check to make sure if my books have audio or not. And then I'm not always the best at reminding people or saying that. If there is, not reminding people, just letting people know. So there is audio for here for the cake. In my next book, there's audio for it as well. I believe you actually listened to this book, and that is Corrupted Memories by B. Sabakin.
Shabakan with an H.
Shabakin.
Yeah,
I
like
think
that.
you just change how it's supposed to be said every time.
No, I say
Just
it
to
the
mess
same way.
with
Hold on.
me.
I almost ended up putting you on mute because my finger wasn't working. Okay, there we go. Woo, sorry.
Okay.
Okay.
So you listened to this, right?
Yeah, I did.
Okay, so there's audio. Okay, we have Gianna and Sebastian. So Gianna sees her boyfriend do something pretty horrific. So she lures him to her bed. She ties him up and she goes on the run with the help of her brother.
Mhm.
Then we fast forward, I think it's about like 6 years later,
Mhm.
and she has a boyfriend, but she's never quite moved on from Sebastian because she really they had a really good connection. And her and her boyfriend, she's really tried hard to keep her face out of any sort of newspaper, any sort of social media so that he can't find her. Well, her and her boyfriend go to this event, there's press there, and Sebastian is there. Sebastian takes her, and she really does not put up much of a fight at all because I think that she did really love him. So I know that that was a hang up for some people in the reviews because there were some people who rated this kind of low. So I went and looked, and that was kind of a hang up for people is how fast that happened. Didn't bother me at all.
Didn't bother me.
So we have Mafia ties. The Mafia is a little bit,
It's Mafia light.
yeah, I was going to say Mafia loose.
That too.
So it's the Mafia is light and loose in this one. But there's still like a lot of plot and depth to this
Yeah.
story between the two of them. So I rated it 4 stars.
Yeah. I don't have a problem with her going with him quickly because I think about like what I would do in that situation. I'm sorry, I'm a pushover. All right, sure, take me. Don't cause any problem. Don't cause any issues. Let's just go.
Well, I kind of took it as that she knew someday this was going to happen.
Yeah,
Like,
and I think she'd had feelings for him. I can't
yes.
imagine that being. Yeah, it didn't bother me. Let's put it that way. Okay, so speaking of audio, there is a series. My next one is on audio. There is a series that we had these series that we wanted to finish, and so I knew that there was one that I really wanted to finish, and I had to go back and start at the beginning because it's so long that I've kind of forgotten what happened. And the first few are very small books, and so the first book in the series does have audio, and that is Broken by Imogen Keeper. There's like 6 or 8 books in this series. I
I
think
am
there's like 8.
so proud of you for working on this, but you didn't actually make any progress on the series, did you? Because you started
Didn't.
back.
I started the beginning, but we're going to talk about this. So this one is the After the Plague series. I don't even think the series is finished, in all honesty. I don't know why I'm starting it right now, but I was really in the mood for it, especially after reading Claire Kent's Apocalypse book. So we just jumped into this. Okay, so I started with Broken. This one does have audio. This one is, so this is the start of the series, and it is a series where it's the same storyline throughout the whole series. So you have to start at book one. So this is about Frankie. She's married at the beginning of this book, and the apocalypse has begun. It is an illness kind of thing. It is I think they call it like French flu or something like that, or Aussie flu. There's some kind of flu that is killing everybody. And so she's in her home with her husband, and he starts to get sick. At first, they're going to flee. And when that happens, like before they start packing up because they're going to leave town, they live in Washington, D.C. That is where she actually sees, or our hero, who is York, sees her for the first time loading up her car. He sees her ass. He falls in love with her ass first. Let's be honest here. And he is a military guy. He's been released from military duty. He's trying to find his brother. He sees her, and then she ends up staying with her husband because he gets sick, and her husband doesn't make it. And so this is kind of the start. Like, they don't even meet each other in this book. We just kind of see the setup for their situation. But it is heartbreaking. This book is heartbreaking. It's horrible. So again, I love it. I think this series has great potential if she would just finish the freaking series.
I thought she had. I thought that the last book came out.
I don't know. I need to read the last book and find out if it's the last one. I don't know. I can't tell. So.
Okay.
Okay. What's next?
Okay. Next is, I don't know how to say this person's last name.
Oh.
So Wait in the Truck by Lila James and Shauna.
I say Mareed.
Mareed?
Yeah, I could be wrong, but that's how I said it.
Okay.
Sure. Okay.
So, do we need to talk about the book?
Well, I mean, we need the plot, but we'll stare at the cover.
Yeah. Okay. This is about Cade. Cade has been obsessed with Sage. They are living on neighboring ranches. Sage has a very abusive boyfriend who one day at the bar that she works at, when she takes out the garbage, he attacks her and beats the crap out of her. Cade finds her, takes her home, and takes care of the situation. So we definitely have like dark cowboy, and we have touch her, and it's not just vibes, it's literal. And so there are a lot of issues on Sage's farm. Sage's dad is not a great person. The farmhand is definitely not a good person. And Cade is like really obsessed with her, follows her around on the ranch, and the two, oh, did I mention also that her dad hates Cade's family? And that's something that's kind of explored throughout the book, but more on a lighter, like, it's not really part of the plot. It's just kind of explains why Cade is kind of in the shadows around there. The book is really, it's got dark elements, but it's like really twisted in some ways, I guess is the best way to explain it. So you might want to check triggers before you think about this dark cowboy. But I enjoyed it. I rated it 4 stars.
Okay. Well, the next book I again listened to, but this is one that you've
there's
talked
audio for Wait in the Truck. See,
There is
I'm not
audio
good
for
at
Wait in the
this.
Truck.
I'm trying
Yeah.
really hard though.
Yeah. So this next one is one that you've talked about quite a bit. We actually interviewed Jane Henry last week. She talks about it quite a bit, which made me jump into it this week because I was like, oh, maybe I need to read this one. So this is Wicked Altar by Jane Henry. This was so good. This is about Aaron and Cavan. This book takes place in Ireland. This is an Irish mafia. Everybody's got accents. It's great. Cavan is Aaron's high school bully. Like, he bullied her in high school. Aaron is, I mean, now they're adults, but Aaron is dealing with a lot. So she's neurodivergent, first of all, but then she has a sister who she's really close to who is dying and has this rare disorder. And the family has found out that there is a doctor that can help her, but he's got like a 2-year-long wait list, and the sister's got like 6 months left to live. But Cavan's family has connections with this doctor, or Cavan has connections with this doctor. In the meantime, Cavan's family needs to secure some trade routes, and there's some other things going on behind the scenes. And so they actually arrange a marriage between Kevin and Aaron. Aaron is not happy. I mean, I could not imagine marrying my high school bully. Like, that would suck big balls. And so she's a little like, just she's very hesitant about this. She does not like this. But not everything is as it seems. And I don't know, I loved it. It was different in a way. Like, Mafia sometimes can be the same thing over and over again. This one is so different. I gave it 5 stars. I really loved it. I think the Irish accents helped, because Kai Kennicott and Wynross did an amazing job with that. It was yummy. It was yummy. And I liked the bully aspect, and I liked the neurodivergent aspect, because she was just a little special. It made her special. And like, when he calms her down before the wedding, God, so good.
Yeah, I enjoyed it a lot.
I did.
And it is like a second generation, but as Jane explained, you don't have to have read anything else in her. It starts a whole new series. You don't have to be in the know of her Mafia world.
No, and because I've read a few Jane Henry, but not a lot, and I hadn't read the first generation at all, I don't think. So I just jumped into this one.
Yeah, so it's like one of those where she says, like, there's fun Easter eggs for people who have. So there were a few characters I recognized, but I haven't read all of her stuff.
Yeah.
All right.
Okay.
So now that I read that Dark Cowboy and the Mafia book, I went to Rebecca Genchak and I read the last book in the Campus Wallflowers that I still needed to read, and that is Scoring the Player. And so in this, we have Dahlia and Felix. Dahlia is very, very shy. She is a golfer, and she's really good at golf, but she's just a little bit, well, she's not a little bit, she's really shy around people that she doesn't know. And she is talking to her friend about how hot Felix, the college quarterback, is. And she says some things about, like, licking his abs, stuff like that. And somebody records this conversation and it gets put out on social media. And she is super embarrassed about all of this. Well, Felix kind of saves the day and steps in and defends her a little bit. And he's always kind of wanted to talk to her, and she's always just given him the cold shoulder. But really, it's more because she's shy. Well, Felix has kind of a problem with his ex-girlfriend, who just won't accept that they're exes. And so when he ignores her, she tries even harder to get his attention. And if he tries to just be friendly with her, like in a very neutral way, it eggs her on. And so he just can't win with her. So he pitches to Dahlia, hey, why don't we fake date for a while? Then people will leave you alone about the viral video. Maybe my ex will finally get the hint. And so that is what happens. This one, I got a little bored at times, and I'm not sure what exactly that was. I rated it a 3. I still liked it. I just, yeah.
Okay. All right.
Wait, don't make me talk anymore.
Okay. So for my last book, I went back to Imogen Keeper's After the Plague series, and I picked up book 2, which is Lost. I got really excited because I saw that there was audio, and then I got really disappointed when I realized it was virtual voice.
Wait.
And I just, what?
Did I tell you that there was audio for Scoring the Player?
You might have.
Hey, how about this? All 7 of my books that I read this week do have audio.
Audio? Okay.
Yes, I should have just said at the beginning. I'm sorry.
It's all good.
Continue.
So this one had virtual voice. So I got excited, and then I saw it was virtual voice, and I was like, wah, wah, because I don't want to support that crap. Anyhow, but so I read Lost by Imogen Keeper. So this is book 2. In this book, this is where Frankie and York finally meet up. But we see at the beginning, so Frankie has acquired a child, a young child. He's like 4 or 5 in the first book. And so we see her and him. They've been living outside of the city. Now they come back into Washington, D.C., and they're coming to a place to seek sanctuary. There is a reporter that we saw in the first book who lost her whole family, but she continues to broadcast. And she's like, you know, if you need help, come to the studio or whatever. And she's got a whole crap load of kids there that don't have parents. And so that is where she shows up. She shows up there. She makes contact with them. And then there are some big bads that are kidnapping people and doing horrible things. And their home base is the White House, because if the world ends, go find the biggest house and you're in Washington, D.C. I mean, like, it's the White House. And so they're trying to get out of the city and get away from the people at the White House, and that is where you see Frankie and York finally connect. Finally, but she's still dealing with the loss of her husband, and so it's a lot. It's a lot. So no romance yet, but I still enjoyed it. I mean, I think they were 4 or 5 stars when I read them the first time around, and I would stand by that still.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, okay, you got one more book?
I do.
Okay.
Are you ready?
I am ready.
Okay.
Okay.
This is a big one.
Oh, yeah. Okay.
So I feel like I should get credit for reading like 4 more books this week.
I feel
there is audio for this. I didn't listen, so I can't tell you if it's good. You did?
I did. The audio
is it good audio?
Especially with the size of this book. Yep. Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
So I read The Sinner by Chantal Tessier. This is the second book in the Lord series. This is really dark secret society, so definitely you're going to want to check triggers on this one. Also, our hero is pierced, in case anybody likes that, like Jessica does.
Me?
So we have his everybody calls him Sin. So we have Sin and we have Ellington. And Sin has gone through the initiation process to become a lord. And Ellington, it's a little confusing at times exactly where she fits into this whole picture with the lords because there's so much going on in this book. So Sin is obsessed with Ellington, but he's not really supposed to like have her because that's not who his chosen one is. He does not want his chosen one. He is a little intense, maybe we should say. Ellington has been through a lot, so there's just a lot of abuse in this book, and there's a lot of twists and turns. And my time is up. So that's all I'm going to say. Don't ask me any follow-up questions. I rated it 4 stars. I don't know how to talk about it because the first part of the book is really just smut.
Oh, yeah, the first part, I hated the first half.
Then the plot happens, but really saying anything about the plot, like any part of the plot, gives away so much.
Mm-hmm.
But even if I gave away stuff, you might still have no clue what's going on because there's all these twists and turns. So that's why I said don't ask me any follow-up questions.
You do have to read them from the beginning. I don't think you can just start in the middle of these books. And I will say that if you do pick up this book, and I think it's been a general consensus with the people that I know that have read it, the first half of the book was like a no-go for me. I almost DNF'd it because it's nothing but smut in the first half of the book. But then probably at 40-50%, it picks up with a plot. And then it really gets good. So definitely if you haven't read it yet and you decide to pick it up, just keep that in mind. You got to push through those first few. You got to push through the first half. It's worth it when you get to the second half. So, okay. Would you agree?
Yeah, I don't think it was quite the first half.
I think I said the first 25% in my review, but I've heard other people say longer, so I don't know.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. I think that there's a lot of abuse and a lot of details and then a lot of manipulation.
It's very dark.
Yes.
Yeah. So, okay, but I have read darker.
I know.
Anyhow.
I'm aware.
Yeah, I need help. Okay, well, let's wrap this sucker up.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, make sure you like, subscribe, comment, hype, join book club, all the things. We love having you guys here. It means a lot to us.
Mm-hmm. Definitely.
And let us know. Will we see you at Wild and Windy this week? If we will, make sure you come and find us because we have some fun stuff to give out.
Yes, we do.
I have been working very hard.
Yes, Mandy has. So just make sure to give her a big hug and a pat on the back for doing it.
Yeah, it has become my whole identity.
It really has. I appreciate that. I appreciate it. So yeah. All right. Well, when are they supposed to check back?
Mondays, Thursdays, Saturdays, and apparently Wednesdays. Like
we're still not putting it on the schedule. It's still just going to be bonus.
Wednesdays are booked through February, and I think the first part of March and maybe further.
Yeah.
I'm sure we have more stuff coming. We just don't. Yeah.
We just don't know yet. Anyway. All right, guys. Well, thanks for watching. If we don't see you in Phoenix, we'll see you in the next video.